Yanti.
Hello, my name is Putih.
Hi, my name is Galuh.
Hi, my name is Fahri.
Hi, my name is Alan. We are from Syndicate 10, BLEMBA 31A, SBM-ITB. We will present about scenario planning for Adaro energy.
Imagine life surrounded by energy, where there's access to unlimited potential. Energy to build your life, enriching your days, filling your days with warmth and with care. Energy is always moving, taking us to places, showing us wonders of life, enriching people's lives, unlocking possibilities toward a better future, connecting people with others and important aspects of life. For us to reach new heights, work hand in hand together against the odds. Solving problems and improving lives. To realize our dream and expand our horizon. Energy illuminates you, uniting us in peace, giving us light in our nights. Energy inspires you to share with your loved ones. Energy is essential to our lives. People need efficient access to sufficient energy. Adaro promises to provide accessible energy to Indonesia through careful research and planning, with reliable resources and innovative technology, working together in harmony. Showing effort and motivation to achieve results relentlessly. Distributing energy throughout the land against all terrain. Crossing the ocean. Challenging the odds. Conquering the horizon to deliver the energy, working day and night to ensure progress and maintain quality, transforming energy into potentials, creating possibilities for the future of Indonesia, giving foundation to people's lives, improving health and care, rewarding people with precious moments, creating differences, opening access to the world for us to celebrate life in possibilities, warmth, and love. Adaro. Energy for change.
Okay, we will start with the company history. Adaro history begins with the global oil shocks of the 1970s. In 1976, the Mines Department divided East and South Kalimantan into 8 coal blocks and invited tenders for these blocks. Spanish government company Enadimsa bid for Block 8 in the Tanjung district of South Kalimantan. In 1980s, Adaro Indonesia Coal Cooperation Agreement (CCA) was signed on November 2, 1982. Enadimsa conducted exploration work in the agreement area from 1983 to 1984. The name Adaro was chosen as the company name by Enadimsa to honor the famous Adaro family. And then continue in 1990s. During the first half of 1990, a feasibility study was carried to lay the groundwork for project development. Construction of the coal haul road started in September 1990. Adaro was declared to be in commercial production in October 22, 1992. And until today, despite the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic, 2021's total production stood at 52.7 million tons. In the extraordinary general meeting of shareholder (EGMS) held on 9 of February 2022, the shareholder approved the change of the company's name to PT Adaro Energi Indonesia Tbk. And we continue with the company business. As we can see in the map, Adaro operation in Indonesia, especially coal mining operation, spread across Indonesia, specifically in Sumatra and Kalimantan. Adaro has more than 8.5 billion tons BT of coal resources and 1.4 BT of coal reserve across thermal and metallurgical coal, providing them with flexibility in the coal market. Besides Indonesia, the operation of coal mining of Adaro also in Australia, specifically in Queensland. The coal mine of Adaro in there is Castrol coal mine. And then we will continue to see the big picture of the company's supply chains. So Adaro in the upstream mine the coal, and then the product of the coal that they have mined become raw coal, LNG, and coal liquefaction. And then it transport to various industry, power plants, petchem plants, LPG, diesel or gasoline, and those various industry produce end product for end user consumption like steel and cement, electricity, fertilizer, petrochemical products, cooking, and also for vehicles fuel. And then in the scenario planning, we will divide it into 5 phases of scenario planning. The first one is orientation, exploration, scenario creation, consequences and option, and then the last one is integration. We'll start with the orientation. The key focal issues that we will trace in this scenario planning is the impact of green energy development to Adaro business in 2035. There is no doubt that energy demands will increase along with economic development and population growth. As a rapidly developing nation and Asia's largest country, Indonesia accounts for 40% of the region's energy consumption. Furthermore, the demand is predicted to increase by 80%, while the need for electricity could rise by threefold between 2015 and 2030. The energy sector has been identified as the second main contributor of emission after agriculture, forestry, and other land uses. Indonesia fully realizes it must step up its green energy transitions. Adaro business, which dominated by coal mining, we believe will be impacted by the green energy transitions.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Elan. Now the next phase is exploration. The purpose of this phase is to identify driving force and critical uncertainties surrounding the user. There are 3 environments. First is contextual environment. Things that drive tremendous change in the user business. In this case, we use PASTEL. Politics, economics, social, technology, environment, and legal. And the second one is transactional environment. Actors or force with whom the user interacts in daily business activity. In this case, they are coal market demand, power plant, contractor, government, and coal prices. And the last one is organizational or user. In this case, we only focus on corporate strategy and operation. Okay. More details in contextual environment. For politics is international political situation. For economics, the state of the economy. For social is green energy awareness. For technology, there are two: advanced mining technology and renewable energy technology. For environment is climate change issue, and the last one is in the legal section is coal regulation. Next is okay, and for this one, like already mentioned above, for transactional environment, there are coal market demand, power plant, contractors, government, and corporates. And for organizational, there are company strategy and operation. After all driving forces are already identified, the next thing is to find the critical uncertainty. Critical uncertainty are factors that will likely have a big impact but with uncertain outcomes. To find about it, we need to classify each factor based on their impact to business performance and uncertainty of outcome level, and put it on graph with impact user on performance and for the X line, and uncertainty of outcome for the Y line, like this one. Okay, and here's our result. So as you can see, there are two factors on the top right corner that become critical uncertainty. They are coal regulation and coal market demand, and that will become accesses in our next phase, the scenario creation, and we'll explain more by Mas Gal. Okay, Mas Gal.
Yes, thank you, Fahri. In this scenario creation, the scenario axis composed by market demand and global regulation related to coal. Right and up direction are enforcing factors in this matrix. The first scenario we call crack of dawn, where the world regulators are against coal, however energy consumers still in it for coal. Industries are left with their own choice, and relatively high demand and strict regulation will lead to industry restructuring. The second scenario is called win the day. In this frame, coal industry are greatly supported. Staying in the industry is the best option. Industry grows, supported by government and customers. Also enjoyed. Regulators open wide opportunity for the industry. Demands are strong, price is very good, and profit high. The third scenario is 99. As the title implied, regulation and commodity demands are turning south and hinder industry development. Energy supplies fully met, buffer energy readily available, coal power plants are only fraction of 2020, and most customers don't use coal anymore due to the cost and feasibility. In this scenario, it might be best to switch into other energy sectors. The last scenario, called settling dust, happen where the industry are stagnant, market low, and tend to decline fast. However, major regulators still support for the industry. Exports have less hassle, low tax, but alternative clean energy are in surplus. For the next slide will be explained by Putih. Please, Putih.
Here we go to the step 8 and 9 about consequences and options. In scenario 1, crack of dawn, which have high demand and low regulation, we identify the warning signal in this scenario like new permit approval very low, royalty increase, flat global demand, no alternative energy use, and strict carbon regulation. The implication is low growth, slow export, flat price, low profit, low investment, and cost efficiency. The option for this scenario, we do cost restructuring, reduce strip ratio, delay coal exports, and reduce investment and capex. In scenario 2, win the day, which have high demand and high regulation, we identify the warning signal in scenario 2 like high export, easy export regulation, high price, high profit, global supply less than demand, and increasing mine permit application. The implication like increasing community program, increasing health, safety, and environment risk, increased workforce absorption, increased investment, increased tax and royalty, and increased illegal mining activity. The option we can do in this scenario is we do reduce marginal reserve, increase exploration, increase investment, increase production capacity, and increase infrastructure development. In scenario 3, 99, which have low demand and low regulation, the warning signal is new permit approval is very low, export very low, price very low, cost is extremely high, and strict carbon regulation. The implication is low economic growth from mining, high trade-off from mining, and low royalty and tax income for government. The option we can do in this scenario is we do cost efficiency, convert coal to gas, convert coal to green coal, build own power plant, and increase portfolio in clean energy or alternative energy. In scenario 4, settling dust, which have low demand and high regulation, the warning signal is low export cost, flat royalty and tax, demand for alternative energy is up, and abundant supply for alternative energy. The implication is coal mining growth is down, low absorbance of workforce in industry, and coal reserve maintained. The option for this scenario is we do convert coal to gas or green coal, increase long-term contract with coal consumer, develop alternative clean energy, and develop support industry for clean energy.
Thank you, Mbak Putih. So after the team already identified the implication option and also basically the early warning signal that could point to possible future directions, so we want to dig more on the integration in each scenario so we can have the most likely emergence in between the scenario 1 and other scenario. So the first is when the condition is on the high demand but low regulation or so-called crack of dawn. So basically the market demand is high but no supporting regulations for the industry of coal. So it can give a bad impact to coal company. But some of the possible future direction is the first is cost restructuring and to reduce capex and investment. The second is hearing with government on current market demand condition and asking for permit. And the third one is take a part as important key player in the energy supply ecosystem to decrease the risk of new technology development on energy alternatives. So basically the new scenario that was identified from the early warning system can balancing the positive and negative side of both of market demand coal and regulation in the coal company. And the next condition is when the high demand but the regulation also supporting the coal industry or so-called win the day. So in this case, because we can say that both of market demand and regulation giving a positive impact to the coal industry and will be benefit the coal company. So the most possible scenario in this case is to stay in the business. But then to keep the relationship with government and related industry, and also increase the exploration or others productivity activity to fulfill market demand. The supporting coal industry regulation will allow companies to grow or leverage their business. So the explorations or the extension of productive activity will give or fulfill the higher demand of coal. And the third scenario is basically the when it's the condition adverse, which is the low demand and low regulation, or we call it 99, because it will give a very bad impact to the coal company or coal or even coal industry. So in this case, because business already not so relevant with the market, and then the regulation also reinforce the new technology as energy alternative. So the first possible future direction is change the company direction for the energy shifting preparations. The energy mix regulation may help the company to survive if company have prepared the development of the energy resource shifting and technology. And the second part is take a part as important key player in the energy supply ecosystem to decrease the risk of the new technology development, especially the alternative energy of coal, and also develop green energy portfolio and build on power plant. So in this case, if we change the company, become the so-called energy company that was doing operation from the upstream into the end, it will give a balance of the or we can balance the regulation, both regulation and the market demand of coal. And then the last is if the scenario is on the low demand and high regulation, or so-called the regulation is supporting the coal industry, we call it a settling dust. So basically, it was like support the business, but the demand may be decreased because of the availability of the energy alternatives. So the possible future direction is first, change the company direction to the energy shifting preparation. It means that basically uh, the company is become more have a more portfolio on the energy resource and process. And in this case, if the energy company already established and supporting the market demand on the clean energy, for sure the regulation will follow the trends and also the needs of the society. So in this case, we call it so-called balancing, both from the demand and also availability of uh, the replacement coal energy, and it makes the company more relevant to the market trends, and also because actually the regulation still low, still supporting for the coal business, we also need to retain relationship with customer and negotiate for longer contract. And also the last part is take a part as an important key player in the energy supply ecosystem to decrease the risk of new technology development, and also together with a team to develop clean energy alternative. So that's from four scenario and also possible future directions. And so that's all our presentation from Syndicate 10 on the scenario planning for Adaro energy in coal industry. Thank you so much for watching and see you. Thank you
Thank you
for
for
watching.
watching. Bye.
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 Bye bye.